and I woke up to the text and it said, I love you, Dad. I've been stabbed.
No other parent should ever have to imagine the pain and suffering that their child has endured.
Really shaken us and definitely created significant concern for our own safety, because it could be anyone.
Domestic violence is a story out there. It's not always their business, it's everybody's business.
People should be paying attention because these women mattered, their lives mattered. They were very loved, they are very missed.
We are just declaring an emergency on behalf of dump truck 11 flight, single MV-22 in the vicinity of Melville Island.
We need to accept that systemic racism exists in systems that are built with the history that we have in the Northern Territory more, and we need to make sure that we eliminate it.
If we can be diverting kids away from the justice system up to the age of 12, why can't we be doing it till 14?
I was screaming, absolutely screaming at the top of my lungs, help, someone help.
Whether that is the AFP, whether that is the Army, or whether that is just resources, we need them in Alice Springs now.
We will now have takeaway alcohol-free days on Monday and Tuesday.
It's not something that's going to magically fix all of the problems in Alice Springs immediately, but if it acts as a bit of a circuit breaker, then potentially that could be a good thing.
It's not okay to carry weapons around. It's not normal to have a knife in your pocket.
Rumours are rife that you're about to step down and take a security role in Timor. Is there any truth to that rumour?
Absolutely no truth to that whatsoever.
It is a very simple question to ask a Chief Minister. Who is the Police Commissioner?
You never forget where you came from. You never forget what you've learned.
To whack someone in the face like that, I will call it for what it is. It is a violent act and it is unacceptable. I'm owning up to it. I accept the consequences of it. That's the right thing to do. I will officially resign my commission as Chief Minister of the Northern Territory, as well as my other ministerial portfolios.
I stand before you as a proud Territorian, and I'm very humbled by the opportunity to be Chief Minister in the Northern Territory.
This tragic accident highlights how the actions and decisions of pilots, operators and the regulator can all have a significant influence on aviation safety.
How are you feeling about today's hearing?
There's no room for racism in sport anywhere.
The humiliation and victimisation to which I've been subjected is something I had to endure in silence.
He ought to have been acquitted. It's taken too long because he was trapped by the mandatory sentencing involved in our criminal code.
What the is happening?
And eventually that male was removed from the vehicle and arrested.
And I'll sit here as long as I have to.
I have decided to place the Barkly Regional Council under official management.
It is heartbreaking and it's traumatising. Fighting going on, people running around with axes, something that I never thought I'd see.
I just hope someday soon that these people that are making loud noises out there in the national level come and understand us, the people on the ground.
I don't think we can squeeze in the fragility of 200 years of this history into a newspaper headline or a television news grab.
Northern Territory Police are announcing a reward of $250,000 for any information people may have in relation to the disappearance of Angie Fuller.
We identified human remains and other evidence that we believe the remains are of Tony Rowe.
That search over 3 days unfortunately led to the location of a deceased 37-year-old female in the vicinity of Nalangi Rock.
He really was the barefoot beating heart of the Sturt Plateau, and it's going to leave a fair bit of a hole with him gone.
When he spoke, we all stopped and listened. Lawrence, our team greatly misses you.
Here's to Catherine and the CLP.
Her zest for life was just like no other.
Dr. Turner was a woman of strength and resilience, whose heart and mind were grounded firmly in Central Australia.
Mr. Tom Pauling was genuinely admired and respected by everyone from all walks of life.
That's dedication. And the fact that says, I'm needed here, I'm staying here.
At the centre of his heart was his community and his people, and we will greatly miss him in the Northern Territory.
He was a born leader. At the end, I'm just feeling that he's did us so proud.
Everyone's worried about our house, about everything that we've lost.
We don't know when we'll be going back home.
We do have an active, uncontrolled fire in the Barkly at the moment.
And the train didn't come out the other side. And the next thing, there was a big cloud of dust and that got up. So, yeah, we went down there and we found the accident site.
Whoa! It was crazy. We were shaking back and forth. There was a lot of movement in the building. It was a bit worrying.
I went down, picked her up, brought her all the way up to try and get the hooks out of her, and then saw her, she was all wrapped up in lines.
This is like an urban myth in Darwin when they did this 40 years ago, and I grew up listening to stories, and it almost faded into mythology.
To put NT on the map and to put First Nations people on the map saying that we're out here doing these deadly things in this sport as well, it's just amazing.
We all walk on the same ground, we all live under the same sky. It's Darwin's story, it's Territorian story, and it's Australian story.